ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। अनर्पितं चरिञ्चिरात् कारुण्यवतीन कलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतोजरसां स्वभक्ति श्रियम्। हरिपुरसुन्दरद्रुति कदम्ब सन्देपिता सदा हृदय कन्द्रेषु स्फुरित वै सच्चिनन्दन। जयतां सुतपङ्गुः मम मन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वराम्भुजौ श्रीराधा मदनमोहन। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्यै क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयी तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतार भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्ति शक्तिकम्। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Loudly together. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hi. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे। मोर हाय। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। Can you all jump? Hare Krishna. Anyhow, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, as we heard yesterday, two kind of bhaktas, sadhaka and associates. We heard in detail about associates, about sadhaka. Shri Bilmangal is sadhaka, and we also heard how in Golok Vrindavan is also in Golok Vrindavan a stream of Harikatha flows like a river. So I was explaining, a river connects two banks together from one end to other end. We are standing on one side, one edge, and river is connecting, but we can't cross the river, which is so deep and shallow. Then we need a boat. The boat can cross the river. Yes, the boat can cross river, but the boat will not float by its own. We need a person who knows how to operate the boat. Okay. So river, what is a river? Connects two banks together. What are these two banks? Material world and spiritual world. Yeah. And the river is flowing in between. Or in other word, the separation and union. A river is connecting these two banks. So a boat is required to cross this. What is that boat? That boat is Harinam. So just like boat cannot function by its own. Then we need someone who know how to operate the boat. So river is connecting two worlds, and boat is Harinam. And the person who is rowing the boat or who is operating the boat is Shri Guru. As we sing in the bhajan, Hariname Nauka Khani Shri Guru Kandari Shri Guru Kandari. Remember which song? के जाबे रे भाव सिंधु भज धन्या कली युगे राशे तनयावता चैतन्यवता. This is Bhava Sindhu, the ocean of material existence. But even the Sindhu, the ocean has two sides. Yeah. So boat, a big ship is required. That is Harinam. And Shri Guru Kandari. Shri Gurudev is operating that boat. We are sitting in that boat and Shri Gurudev is taking us from one end to the other end. From separation to union. Being separated from Lord and get united, union with the Lord. And then another point is by union of Lord, by union of Krishna, then another course, the separation of Krishna. So Vipralam and Sambhog, both is needed. Reaching to that stage of Prem, Sneh, Man, Pranay, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav. Only with Shri Guru and Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the combined form of Shri Radha Krishna, who is the subject matter of Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. That Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described as a pot of Vish Amrit Ekat Milan, the poison and nectar together in one pot. The poison of separation and the nectar of union together. So Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared as Guru of the entire world, and he is showing apni na कहने dharma शिखाए na जाए. He is practicing his own, and just by his practice, he is preaching, he is teaching, he is guiding, he is instructing, just by his own practice. So gradually we are progressing to understanding the appearances of Shri Chaitanya, the appearance of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the cause, what are the reasons, and to understand that, the first chapter, which is full of Siddhanta, is like an introduction to come to that understanding who is actually Mahaprabhu and how he is acting as a Guru, and so many other. So this is still an introduction part, what we are hearing so far, what we heard so far. We heard is that Hari Katha also flowing in Golok Vrindavan. Yes. Many personalities from Golok Vrindavan appeared in this material world as flowing. For example, what is Radha Kund? the Dravibhut form of Shri Radharani, the liquid form of Shri Radharani, the Prem Sarup of Shri Radharani. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Tasya Kundam Priyam Yatha. Radha Kund is Radharani's personality, right? In Golok Vrindavan. But she melts. When she melts, Krishna also melts. She melts in separation. And seeing that Radharani is melting in separation, Krishna also melts in separation. And then melting form, the melted form of Radha and Krishna is Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. The melted form, non-different. Non-different. Radha Kund, non-different from Srimati Radhika Rani. Similarly, who is Jamuna Maharani? Vishakha Sakhi, a Sakhi in Golok Vrindavan, very dear to Radharani. And she is very near to Radharani. She is assisting all the pastimes of Radharani, but she appeared in this Bhom Vrindavan as what? As Jamuna Maharani. As Jamuna. Mampunantu sarvada ravindavandhu nandani. Mampunantu sarvada ravindavandhu nandani. Raturasya kasapatane vipatiharani. Prekshayapi papinopi papa sindhutarani. Niravagriva shesha vandani. Mampunatu sarvara vindavandhu nandani. So liquid form, the melt form of Vishakha Sakhi to assist Radharani and Krishna playing sportive pastimes, the water splashing pastimes in her waters. Means Vishakha Sakhi always serving Radha and Krishna. Always. Yeah. But when Radha Krishna is decided to come in this home Vrindavan, on this planet, she expanded herself in the form of river so that Radha Krishna can enjoy more in that the sportive pastimes in water, in her water. You see? How about Ganga Maharani? In India, we have two categories of Ganga. One is Ganga flowing in Haridwar, but that Ganga, Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange, Tribhuvana Pavani Vipula Tarange. Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange, Tribhuvana Pavani Vipula Tarange. Shankaracharya wrote this stuti. So Haridwar, this Ganga Maharani flowing as Patit Pavani. But this Ganga Maharani, she appeared from the lotus feet of Shivaman Bhagwan. But there is another Ganga, which is flowing near Govardhan, called Mansi Ganga. Who is this Ganga? Ganga ji is also a Sakhi in Golok Vrindavan. She is a Sakhi in Golok Vrindavan. And she pleased Krishna. Once upon a time, Krishna always wants to enjoy. So he proposed Ganga. And he was very near and close to Ganga to have pastimes with Ganga, to have vilas with Ganga. But immediately Ganga Maharani, she saw Radharani coming near to Krishna. When she saw Radharani coming near to Krishna, she became a little embarrassed and also scared. Because only Radharani is there to please Krishna. All Sakhis can't to that extent. So that Ganga ji, she's a form of a gopi, but she melted in a liquid form. Assume the liquid form. And once upon a time, Krishna invoked Ganga. Hey Ganga, please come here. My Brajvasis want to take bath in you. So Ganga starts flowing where? Not outside Braj in Haridwar, but in Braj. in Govardhan called Mansi Ganga. And also in Mansi Ganga, Krishna with gopis performed Nauka Vihar, boat pastime, and many other pastimes. You see? So these personalities from Golok Vrindavan, they appear in this Bhom Vrindavan with different forms. Shri Balaram Ji, Shri Baldev Prabhu, one form, and serving Krishna in so many ways. How many ways? How many forms? अपनी करे कृष्ण लीला सहाय शिष्ट लीला करी धर चारकाय. Expanding himself in 10 forms, becoming the shoes, umbrella, bed, ornament, so many of Krishna. But when Krishna decided to come on this Bhom Vrindavan to manifest, to display his pastime, then Shri Baldev Prabhu also expanded himself in the form of Dham. That Dham where Shri Krishna walks, where the all Parikars associate walking. What is that Dham? Shri Baldev Prabhu. See? So all these personalities, all these associates, they expand themselves in some form or the other. Similarly, even though Radha Krishna, also personality, also present, Golok eva nivasati, akhil atma bhuto, govindamadi purusham, tamam bhajami. They're always residing in Golok Vrindavan, but they came as Sri Radha Krishna, but they also appeared here in the form of holy name. Who is Hare and who is Krishna? सर्वचेत हरे कृष्णस्य चित्तम हरे यशो विदग्धि विस्तारता राधा हरमता हरे कर्षति स्वलवन्य मुरली कर निस्मने श्री राधा मोहन गुणानुकृतम कृष्णम यते. Even though they have a personality, they form in Golok Vrindavan, but appear here in the form of holy name. Just like Baldev Prabhu is present there, but Baldev Prabhu also comes in Bhom Vrindavan and also in the form of expansion as Dham. Vishakha Sakhi is also present there. She also comes here in Bhom Vrindavan as Vishakha, but also expansion as Jamuna. So why I'm saying this? What is Harikatha? Harikatha is something transcendental. It's not an object of this material world. And Harikatha it also descends from Golok Vrindavan. Harikatha is also a personality. And Harikatha flows in this Bhom Vrindavan. Means the pastimes, the qualities, the form, all this, not different from Radha Krishna, comes and flows in this Vrindavan, in this on this planet Earth. The holy name and pastimes means Harikatha. Also a personality, expansion of Shri Radha Krishna. Harikatha is expansion of Shri Radha Krishna. Holy name is another expansion of Shri Radha Krishna. So that's why when we speak Harikatha, when Vaishnav speaks Harikatha, when Gurujans, Guru Varga is speaking Harikatha, then in the form of that Harikatha, they install Radha Krishna in the heart. And not only installing Radha Krishna heart, but they are serving Radha Krishna in the heart in the form of Harikatha. But when Ravan, he tried to come and when Ravan come and try to kidnap Sita, then Sita Devi manifests the shadow form, not the real Sita. Ravan was not able to kidnap the real Sita, but the shadow Sita. Understand? When Brahmaji came to steal cowherd boys and calves of Sri Krishna, Brahmaji, even though is creator, Brahmaji is demigod, but even demigods have no access to even touch the associates of Krishna. Brahmaji was only able to kidnap the shadow ones, not the real ones. Similarly, Hari Katha is personified Radha Krishna. Holy name is personified Radha Krishna. Yes, and who are qualified to speak. I was giving this example this morning. A very nice, beautiful, big mango tree, and so many mangoes are hanging on the trees. But if eagle comes and sit right on the top of that branch where mangoes are hanging, eagle has no taste for the mango. Eagle is looking here and there for its prey. And what is the food of eagle? Mouse, snakes, all this. Any flesh, any rotten flesh, eagle will look that. If pigeon is there, always looking for sheep eagle. But no interest in uh, tasting that mango, which is so sweet. Yeah. But when parrot comes on the tree, parrot comes, and parrots have so much sense of botany. Parrots, many birds, they have very powerful senses. They understand which tree is what. So much sense of botany, even though they don't go to any university to read that, but they have so much sense of it. Parrot knows, and parrot comes and tastes that sweet mango, even though there are many mangoes hanging. The sweetest mango, by the smell of that and by the sense, parrot, with his beak, it touch mango and extract the juice, relishing that mango and also what uh, infusing its nectar in that mango by the touch of his beak. The mango which is touched by parrot becomes more sweeter. That's the philosophy. So when parrot means shuka, when shuka like devotees means Shukdev Goswami. When he speaks Bhagavatam, then Shuk Mukhad Amrit Dravya Samritam. Pivad Bhagavat Rasmalayam Muho Raho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka. Shukdev Goswami tasting that. But if any non-Vaishnav, non-devotee, if he try to touch Hari Katha, what happens? A Vaishnav Mukhod Girnam Putam Hari Kathamritam Shavaneva Kartavyam Sarpachishta Yathapaye. When non-devotee try to touch Hari Katha, then Hari Katha hides its transcendental nature and expand as itself as a shadow of Hari Katha. So those who are non-devotees, they can't touch the transcendental nature of Hari Katha, but only a shadow. Therefore, it is said, "A Vaishnav Mukhod Girnam Putam Hari Kathamritam." When when non-devotees they just try to speak Hari Katha, it is just like a snake, a serpent, touch the milk with his tongue. The milk look like white, no transformation color. But if anyone drinks that milk, dies because the poison is there. So that's the whole concept of different personalities. The concept of Hari Katha, the concept of Hari Nam appeared from eternal abode, from Shri Golok Vrindavan, in the form of Hari Nam, in the form of Hari Katha. And that's why Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, spoken by Shri Kaviraj Goswami, who is also like a parrot, a pure devotee associate of Mahaprabhu. who's Kasturi Manjari in the past tense of Radha Krishna. He's relishing this and is also making everyone taste and relish this nectar. Yeah? So the next verse. ईश्वरेर अवतार ए तीन प्रकार अंश अवतार आर गुण अवतार शक्तावेश अवतार कित्ते एमत अंश अवतार पुरुष मत्स्य अधिक यत ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव तीन गुण अवतार गणी शक्तावेश अवतार पृथु व्यास मुनि. This explains. So far we were hearing the glories of devotees, Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, and Krishna being sitting always in the heart of your devotees. Now he started explaining about avatars. So the meaning of this verse is Bhagwan manifests himself in three kind of avatars: Anshavatar, Gunavatar, and Shaktavesh avatar. Anshavatar, Gunavatar, and Shaktavesh avatar. He further expands himself in as Purush avatar. So Shri Ram, Vaman, they are Purush. But Krishna expands himself in the form of Matsya, the fish incarnation, as Anshavatar. So Anshavatar is Matsya, Kurma, etc. Who are the Gunavataras? There are three gunas, right? Satogun, Rajagun, Tamagun. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So Gunavataras, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. These are Gunavataras. Then Prithu, Vyasdev, Vyas Muni, they are Shaktavesh avatars. These, there are so many details about these avatars. Okay, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains about this. Those are Ansh avatars. They are incarnation of Shri Vishnu. These avatars, these incarnations, are beyond Maya. They are Maya Dhish. They are controller of Maya. These Ansh avatars, they are controlling Maya. They are not in Maya. They are beyond Maya. So, Sattva, Raj, and Tama, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Those who touch these modes of nature, they are not in these modes of nature, but they touch these modes of nature. So they are called Guna Avataras. And in some special jivas, now there are two kind of jivas. Nitya, yeah, Nitya Mukt and Nitya Bad. Means Mukta and Bad, conditioned and liberated soul. Liberated soul and conditioned soul. We are conditioned souls, but there are liberated souls which are very special categories. Special categories of jivas. We are saying they're jivas, and we are also jivas, but they are not ordinary jivas. We are conditioned. They are liberated ones and special ones, very very special. And choosing them, Bhagwan invests its potency in them, and they are known as Shaktavesh avatars. No. So the details of these avatars are mentioned by Rup Goswami in his wonderful work about Krishna and all incarnations in a book called Laghu Bhagavatamritam. Rup Goswami Pad wrote this book, Laghu Bhagavatamritam. But as we know, Shri Rup Goswami explained himself as Shri Vishnu Chakur Thakur. Again, Rup Goswami came as Vishnu Chakur Thakur to explain what he wanted to write or say. So therefore, the book Shri Laghu Bhagavatamritam is in a very brief, concise form written by Srila Vishnu Chakur Thakur by the name Shri Bhagavat Amrit Kana. Bhagavat Amrit Kana. Let us hear details of incarnations of Lord. Yeah. So this is very detailed subject and also philosophical. Swayam Bhagwan is Shri Krishna. Ishwa Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karanam Karanam. Amongst all others, Krishna is Param Ishwar. Or we say, Ete Chas Kalapumsam, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Krishna is Swayam Bhagwan. When we say Swayam Bhagwan, who is that Swayam Bhagwan? Is Dwarkadish Krishna Swayam Bhagwan? No. Radha Madhav, Radha Raman Shri Krishna is Swayam Bhagwan, the Krishna of Vrindavan. So, Swayam Bhagwan Shri Krishna has three forms. One is, if you're writing, do write this. I don't think so. This book is available in English. I don't know. Maybe or may not be. So, one is Swayam Rupa. The second is Tad Ekatma Rupa. And third is Avesh. Three forms of Shri Krishna, who is Swayam Bhagwan of Shri Vrindavan. Okay, now what are these three? So Braj Bihari Nanda Nandan, Shri Krishna, who is the Gopa, cowherd boy, is Swayam Roop, Swayam Bhagwan, and he has four special qualities in him. What are these four special qualities? Rupa Madhuri, Guna Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, and Venu Madhuri, which is not present in anybody else. Only Swayam Roop Shri Krishna. Not even Krishna of Mathura Dwarika. No. Only Krishna of Vrindavan. Swayam Roop. Okay. Now, this Swayam Roop also have two divisions. One is Swayam Roop and other is Swayam Prakash. Okay. What is Swayam Prakash? Little technical here. Swayam Roop we already know. Shri Krishna was in Vrindavan, Radha Raman, Radha Madhav, that's Swayam Roop. What is Swayam Prakash? So Vishnu Chakur Thakur explains that Krishna, who is Swayam Roop, when he expands himself in so many different forms, but his form, his quality, his pastimes, when they are similar, but expansion is there. Krishna expands himself in many different forms, but with the same color and performing the same pastimes. Then he is known as Swayam Prakash. Example is Ras Leela. With this you will understand. When Krishna expands himself in so many gopis, dancing together with so many gopis, 100 million gopis. Yeah. Krishna expand, but it doesn't mean when Krishna expand, oh, that Krishna is different, that Krishna is different, that Krishna is different. No, same Krishna. Swayam Roop. The Swayam Roop expand himself as many forms to enjoy his pastimes. So the color is same, the qualities are same, the pastime is same. Ras Leela, everyone's performing Ras Leela. This is called Swayam Prakash. And also, in the marriage of, while marrying 16,000 queens of Dwarika, he expanded himself in so many forms. So that these extensions are called Swayam Prakash. Now, Swayam Prakash is also two kinds. Further subdivided, two kinds. Prabhav and Vaibhav. What is Prabhav and what is Vaibhav? Prabhav is where so much Prabhutva is there. The mood of, we'll come to this point, explaining. So, Prabhav and Vaibhav. So first, he's explaining what is Prabhav Prakash. All these expansions of Shri Krishna with the same identical form and same pastime is called Prabhav. Swayam Roop Prakash Prabhav. That particular name is, the title is given to those expansions. Swayam Roop Prakash Prabhav. Then, what are Vaibhav? When that same personality Krishna appear with different moods, different outfit, different personality, different complexion, it's called Vaibhav Prakash. Krishna expand himself with different complexion, different outfit. Who is that? Balaram Prabhu. Who is Balaram Prabhu? Vaibhav Prakash. Different color, white complexion, golden complexion. Different outfit. He always wear blue color. But who is Balaram Prabhu? It's not different from Krishna. It's Krishna himself, but different attributes, different features. It's called Prabhav. So even though he's not different from Krishna, but his name is different, his complexion is different, and he's always carrying flow on his shoulders. This is only difference. Acha. Now further explaining, there's so many details. If I start this, then we will going to hear this book instead of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Anyway, coming to other point, they are Chaturvyuha. What is Chaturvyuha? Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyum, and Anirudh. This Swa-ansh, Shri Krishna expand himself in 6 avatars. Purush avatar, Guna avatar, Leela avatar, Yuga avatar, Manvantar avatar, Shaktavesh avatar. This is what we heard in Chaitanya Charitamrita explaining Guna avatars, Ansh avatars, and Shaktavesh avatars. So, Purush avatars. Who are the Purush avatars? Karundakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu. This is little philosophical and technical. Karundakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu. I'm not going to uh, expand on this subject right now because that's Purusha Avatar. Guna Avatar, we already heard. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Leela Avatars, Ram, Narsingh, Vaman. These are Leela Avatars. As Brahmaji said in Brahm Samhita, Ramadi Murteshu Kala Namena Tishtan Nana Avatar Akrodh Bhugneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samvat Paramapumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Ramadi Murteshu, Ram and all others. These are called Leela Avatar. Then Yuga Avatars. Every Yuga has avatar. Shukla Rakta Tatha Pitam Idanim Krishnatam Gata. In Satyuga, white complexion incarnation. Treta Yuga, red complexion. Kali Yuga, yellow, golden complexion. Idanim Krishnatam Gata. In Dwapar, black complexion. Yuga Avatars. Then there are Manvantar avatars. How many Manvantars? Avatars? How many Manvantars are there? 14 Manvantars are there. So, about Manvantra, Ishanukatha, Nirod Mukti Rashtre, Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 8th canto explains about Manvantar avatars. Yeah, Chakshu Manvantar and many. We're going to hear this later. Now we're coming to this important point which Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Shakta Veshavata. What are these Shakta Veshavata? Natasya Karjam Karancha Vidyate Nacha Samasyak Avidishyate Parasya Shakti Vivishvayate Swabhavaki Gyan Bal Kriyascha. Three potencies: Gyan, Bal, and Kriya. Gyan means knowledge, Bal means strength, and Kriya means activities. So, Shiv Bhagwan, he invests his potency, not complete potency, a little, one potency. You see, he can't invest his all potency in that special jiva, in that liberated soul. No, it can't possible. The jiva can't hold that much potency. We need a foundation, we need an adhar for that. So when Bhagwan, he invests one potency, little, in some special jiva, then that jiva is known as Shak Avesh Avatar. What is known as? Avesh Avatar. Which avatar? Avesh Avatar. Okay. Because investing one potency in that special jiva, that's why it's known as Avesh Avatar. So three potencies: Gyan, Bhakti, and Kriya. Knowledge, Bhakti, and Kriya activities. Bhagwan invested his potency of Bhakti in Srila Ved Vyasji. Who is Ved Vyasji? A special jiva. We can say, oh, I'm also jiva. Ved Vyasji also same. No, special jiva. And Bhagwan himself, he invested one potency energy in Vyasadeva, who wrote all the scriptures, Vedas, Puranas, Upanishad, Mahabharata, Brahma Sutra, and Srimad Bhagavatam. Can he an ordinary person? No. But Bhagwan has invested this Shakti potency in him called Bhakti Shakti. The potency of Bhakti. Then Kriya Shakti. Kriya Shakti means Shakti of nourishing, nourishing uh, the entire world. So Prithu Maharaj in Bhagavatam, incarnation of Bhagwan. Now who's saying this? Vishnu Chakur Thakur is saying this. I'm not saying this. Prithu Maharaj, in narration of Prithu Maharaj mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagwan has invested his Palan Shakti, the potency of taking care, nourishing the jivas. Prithu Maharaj was very powerful. If you read Bhagavatam, you understand. And the third is Jnana Shakti. So there are three Shaktis: Jnana, Bhakti, and Kriya. Bhakti Shakti invested in Srila Vedvyas ji. Kriya Shakti invested in Prithu Maharaj. And then Jnana Shakti is invested in Sanak Adi, the four Kumaras. Jnana Shakti. Sanak Sanandan Varanata Charite Radhe Jai Jai Madhav Daite. Bhagwan invested his Jnana Shakti in these four Kumaras. That's why they are known as Avesh Avatars. Okay. These Avesh Avatars are two kinds: Bhagvat Avesh and Bhagvat Bhakti Avesh. Understand? Two kinds. Avesh Avatars. Why we are not saying Shaktavesh Avatars? Shaktya Avesh Avatar. Why we are not addressing them like that? There's a reason. So for now, just try and understand Avesh Avatar. When Bhagwan invests his three uh, primarily potencies in special jivas, the potency of bhakti in Vyasadev, that's why he wrote all these Satvat Granthas, all these pure scriptures. That's why. Otherwise, no one can write about Krishna, about the incarnation. Bhagwan invested in that jiva, and that is Srila Vedvyasji, Avesh Avatar. Then Prithu Maharaj, the Kriya Shakti in Prithu Maharaj. And then Jnana Shakti in four Kumaras. In four Kumaras, they are founder of one Sampradaya. We have four Sampradayas, right? Shri, Brahm, Rudra, Sanak Sampradaya. Shri Sampradaya started from Lakshmi Devi, and Acharya of Shri Sampradaya is Shri Ramanujacharya. Brahmaji also the founder of one Sampradaya, and Acharya is Shri Madhvacharya. Then Rudra Sampradaya, and Acharya is Shri Vishnu Swami. And then Sanak Sampradaya, and Acharya is Shri Nimbaditya. Four Acharyas. So Sanak is one Sampradaya. And these four Kumaras, Sanakadi Kumaras, they invested with Jnana Shakti. And the Acharya of that Sanak Sampradaya is Shri Nimbaditya ji. Is also prominent Sampradaya in Vrindavan. This Sampradaya, Nimbar Sampradaya, their practice is, and their sadhya, the goal is to become a gopi. The gopi of Radharani. Understand? So they practice, their mantra is to become gopis. And Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, the mantra, goal, everything is to become the maid servant of Radharani, the Manjaris, which are very, very, even more important and prominent than the gopis. So Gurudev explained, when Radha Krishna is together in Nidhuban, and if any gopi is trying to enter in the kunja, Then the Manjaris, Sri Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, they stop the gopis. You can't go inside. They stop the gopis. But they can go inside. And they are inside. Their age is almost, how much? 12 and a half years. Oh, very young age. Radha Krishna never feel shy when all these young ones are moving around and taking care of all other services. But if Sakhis and Gopis enter inside, they Radha Krishna feel reluctant. So that's why Rupa Manjari even stops Lalita Sakhi to enter inside. So this is the tattva. Now, Avesh are of two kinds, Bhagvat Avesh and Bhagvat Shakti Avesh. Two categories. The point is same. Krishna invests his potency in the special jiva and they call Avesh Avatar. But why there are two sections? Bhagvat Avesh and Bhagvat Shakti Avesh. Why two different categorized in two different parts? Because those jivas in whom Krishna Bhagwan invested is one potency only. They call Bhagvat Avesh. Why Bhagvat Avesh? They develop this mood that I am Bhagwan. Because of this potency invested in them, they develop this mood, I am Bhagwan. Who are the examples of this? Kapil Bhagwan, Rishabh Dev. They think we are Bhagwan. And actually they are Bhagwan. But actually they are special Jiva, not Bhagwan. But they start thinking themselves that they are Bhagwan. Understand? A special, very, very special, liberated soul, not conditioned soul, invested Bhagwan's energy, potency invested in them is called Avesh, means absorption. They develop this absorption, because of that potency invested in them that we are Bhagwan. Understand this point? So examples are Kapil Bhagwan speaking to Mother Devoti. And in that absorption that I am Bhagwan, what is Kapil Bhagwan is saying? Satang prasangam mama virja samvido bhavanti hit karna rasayana katha. Oh mother, associate with my devotees and hear my pastimes from them. That means the absorption, I am Bhagwan. Why this absorption appeared? Bhagwan invested his Shakti. And because of that Shakti, the absorption that I am Bhagwan. So that's why Kapil Bhagwan is saying, Satang prasangam mam virja samvido bhavanti hit karna rasayana katha. Mother, if you want to get liberated, then go and associate with my devotees and hear my pastimes. You see? Anna? Absorption, Bhagwan absorption in him. And similarly, Rishabh Dev. Oh, Rishabh Dev also. Explain. So these are example of Avesh, Bhagvat Avesh. But there is second category which is called Bhagvat Shakti Avesh. Same procedure. Special jiva, invested with energy, with potency of Lord, but they always think we are servant of Lord. Das Abhiman. The same energy is there. The same special jiva, the same energy, but two different moods. And because of two different moods, different avesh, different absorption. Kapil Bhagwan, Rishabh Dev think because of that absorption that we are Bhagwan. But there is another category, Shaktavesh, means examples are Brahma, Brahma ji is avatar, is incarnation of Krishna. Brahma ji. Narad, incarnation of Krishna. Ved Vyas ji, incarnation. Prithu Maharaj, incarnation. Parshuram, these are Shakta Vesh avatar. Understand? The same formula, the same potency, but they have this absorption. We are servant of Bhagavan. Huh? Understand? And that's the reason when Vyasadevji is Shaktavesh avatar, right? Who is Naraji? Also Shaktavesh avatar. But still they both are Guru and disciple. Narad is Guru and Ved Vyaji is his disciple. But what is their category? The categories, they both are Bhagavad Shaktavesh avatar. Both. But amongst them, Naraji is a special category. He's associate of Bhagavan. And that's why Naraji is instructing Srila Ved Vyasi. And Ved Vyasi, after hearing the instructions from Naraji, he sat in meditation, absorption. And what he saw in his trance, in his Samadhi Dasha, in his trance, what he saw? Bhakti Yogena Manasi, Samya Pratapya Male, Pashat Pusham Purnam, Maya Satpadashrayam. In that absorption, in that meditation, Shri Ved Vyasi, who is Bhagavad Shakta Vesh avatar, but what he's seeing in that absorption, he's seeing Krishna Param Purusha. He's seeing the complete Purusha, endowed with all opulences, endowed with all potencies. That's Shri Krishna. And Maya Satpadashrayam, the Maya is just behind Krishna, never comes in front of Krishna. Vyasadevji, who has this absorption that I am a servant of Bhagwan, he's seeing his Prabhu, he's seeing his uh, Krishna in that meditation. If you have little understanding of what I'm trying to explain, you'll very clearly understandable. Understand? You understand? It's understanding, understand. Yeah. So, Gyan, Shakti, and Kriya, when it is invested in some special jiva called Shaktavesh. Okay, now another further subdivisions. Shaktavesh are also two kinds. One is primary, other is secondary. My goodness, there's so many details, huh? We thought in the beginning it is very easy sampradaya, easy going sampradaya. Chant and be happy. That's all. Very simple. We saw the slogan written, chant and be happy. Yes, that's better. We are tired of this pandits and doing yagyas and all, asking charities and all. Oh, goodness, save us from them. So many details. This is good. It's written, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chant and be happy. Wow, that's so easy going. And this is what is told in the beginning. Prabhu, oh Mataji, please come every Sunday for Sunday feast. But anything we have to do? No, just chant and be happy. That's bribing. One Sunday, another Sunday, the third Sunday, the fourth Sunday, fifth, sixth, seventh. Huh? No, it is not only chant, be happy. There is something more. What is the meaning of chant? What is the meaning of and what is the meaning of happy? And what is the meaning of be and happy? The whole body of philosophy is there in this word. Chant. What chant? Shuddha Nam, Namabhas or Namaparad. Huh? Okay, one time we will hear this, the commentaries of this. Chant. It's not that simple. What what to chant and how to chant and what things to be keep in mind while chanting. The whole 10, thus now the 10 offenses to holy name, everything is in this one word chant. And be and then happy. And when after got attracted to Sunday programs, eating halwa, pudis, ah, it is like hunter. Hunter is throwing his some grains to get some birds in the nest. So these devotees, they are like hunters. They are throwing some small hmm, philosophies, easy going. Chant and be happy. Chant and be happy. We got stuck in that nest, in that net. We got stuck there, and we don't want to go out. That net is so full of experiences. Good net, huh? We got stuck in there, and now those hunters who brought us in Krishna consciousness, they are saying now take a dip in this ocean of bhakti ras. If you start one topic, there are so many details. If you start the topic of what are the anarthas, goodness. Tight heading, subheading, subheading, subheading. Four kind of anarthas. What are four anarthas? Surup Brahm, Asat Krishna, Anartha, Ide Durvalyam. Four. Now the first is Surup Brahm. Again, four kind. Ide Durvalyam, four kind. Asat Krishna, four kind. Anarthas, four kind. Dushkriti Uttha, Sukriti Uttha, Bhakti Uttha, and Aparad. Aparad, Dham Aparad, Nam Aparad, Seva Aparad, Vaishnava Aparad. Only on one topic, Aparad or Anartha, so much. Bhajan Kriya. Yes. Utsamai, Ghantarala, Vyud Vikalpa, Vishay Sangara. So, so many details. Just we heard the word incarnation. Oh, actually, we were very happy before coming to Krishna consciousness. When we were just going to Panditji and Panditji saying, oh, there is only one Bhagwan, all others are incarnation. All problems solved. But by hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita, the more problem coming up. Huh? What you saying? Leela avatar, Gun avatar, Purush avatar, Yug avatar, Shaktavesh avatar. 6 categories? Goodness. Shaktavesh avatar, also 2 kinds. Bhagvat Avesh, Bhagavad Shaktavesh. Absorption. Krishna invested one energy in one special jiva, and the special jiva start thinking that I am Bhagwan. The absorption that I am Bhagwan. Kapil Dev, Rishabh Dev. Really? Shaktavesh, Prithu Maharaj, Vyasadev, Parshuram, Narad, Brahma. They develop this, even though they are also with the same potency, they start thinking we are the servant of Lord. Bhagwan, Shaktavesh. Now you saying there are another 2 divisions. One is prime, one secondary. Stop it, Baba. How much more details? You got caught in that net. What is that net? It's called chant and be happy. Okay. Mukhya and gone. Primary and secondary. Shaktavesh avatar of 2 kinds. Okay. What is prime? Mukhya, primary. Shaktavesh. In those, direct infusion of energy. in that special jiva, direct from the Lord. That's primary. And secondary is not direct infusion, abhas, a semblance of that Shakti, of that potency invested in that jiva. The semblance only, not direct. That's called secondary. These are the details. Oh, now, oh, time is over. Hmm. Leela avatars. 2 more minutes, please. Leela avatars. 4 Kumar, Narad, Varaha, Matsya, Yagya, Nar Narayan, Kapil, Dattatreya, Hayashisha, Hamsa, Prishnigarbha, Rishabh, Prithu, Narsinga, Kurma, Anvantari, Mohani, Vaman, Parshuram, Ram, Vyas, Balabhadra, Krishna, Buddha, Kalki, all are Leela avatars. And they take incarnation in every kalpa, every single kalpa. One kalpa means 14 manvantras past is one kalpa. Understand? The 4 yugas, Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kal Yuga, when the 4 yugas pass 71 times is one manvantra. And when 14 such manvantra pass is one kalpa. Understand? So now the details of each and every incarnation is mentioned here. Anyway, we'll hear the other part, very interesting part, very interesting part, and very interesting part, and more interesting part tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you. श्री चैतन्य चेतामृत की जय, कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय, श्रीला विश्व चक्रु ठाकुर की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरि